Hey guys, TC Mabe here with TC Gaming. I just wanted to bring something to you real quick. The Epic products have dropped their free for the month updates out on the marketplace there. So, I did a bunch of coverage for Polygon Town Pack and Polygon City Pack and some of the other assets and everything in the previous month. And it looks like two of these are now available for free for the month. So if you don't already have Polygon Town Pack or Polygon City Pack, you can actually get them from the Epic Marketplace. Now, the reason these show that I don't own these yet is because I actually buy mine directly from the Cinti, or I already bought them from the Cinti store. One of the advantages, as I mentioned in my previous live streams, is buying them from the Cinti store gives you all the source files, and you also get a slightly different licensing agreement if you end up in a collaborative project. It's got a 5-seat license, whereas I think the one from the marketplace is not set up that way. But at any rate, they're out there. So Polygon Town Pack, Polygon City Pack are both available. And then they also have a couple of other featured assets that are out there this month for free, including a couple of landscape things from Pixel Perfect Polygons and also the watermill environment. I haven't checked any of these out yet, but I'm getting ready to. And also, I had made a video the other night regarding the ALS version 4 integrated with DCS and the RPG inventory system. And that package actually did get released today. So if you are in that group or whatever, if you saw anything that I was posting the other day, you can go and check all that out. I actually went ahead and sent in my proofs of purchase and everything. And here's the package fully integrated. So just real quick, I'll hit the play button on there so you can actually see what's in there. So when it starts out, you actually have the level that was shown in the demo video. And if you're not familiar with the way that ALS works, there's actually a little thing in here that says key binding, so to tell you a little bit about it. So if you hit the K key, that shows you how everything is mapped in here. And then you also see on the outer ring there, you have a couple of quick slots. And one of the things is this T button, which brings up like a half radial menu. So it can be a little bit confusing at first, but what the system is, if you hit I, it takes you into inventory, and you have crafting, you have inventory, and then you have abilities, which are laid out in here. Actually, let me hit F11 to boost this up a little bit so you can see it maybe. So if you're in that system there and you're set up like this, now you can only craft near the forge. But if I hit I again, it takes me out of my inventory system. If you go over to a trunk or something like that, you can see the E key pops up to loot this. So I'm going to take all the items that are in here. And now I don't have anything equipped, but if I go to I in my inventory, you can see that they're in my inventory now. So if I right click on this, it'll put the bow on my back. I've got explosive arrows. I can right click, it'll put those into my inventory. You can hit these little icons up here, different consumables. So I'm going to take my healing potions and put them, and actually this is your Z, X, C, and V mapping, which are your little quick bars. So I'm just going to put these in here. And I don't have any crafting ingredients or anything like that. But again, if I hit the I key and get out of there, now you'll see that I have my weapons in the back. Well, if I hit the F key, it takes me into combat. And you can see that he wants to do a couple different things here. Now, if I roll the mouse button, it takes me into my different types of attacks. And you can see that by hitting the K button here. It'll show you that rolling the mouse wheel switches combat type, which is listed there on the right-hand side in the center. It says switch combat type mouse wheel. So then you can also hold in your mouse button and click your center mouse button and switch your arrows, which you can see happening on the left-hand side between elven arrows and explosive arrows. Again, once you're in this menu now, if you have your bow ready, you can just hold down the left mouse button and it pulls up your bow. So you'd be able to do an attack from there. And I probably shouldn't have done that because I think I'm going to end up releasing this arrow. Well, maybe I'll go over and shoot this guy. There you go. So they work. Now he's going to heal himself a little bit, but you can kind of see ahead of time. A little preview. Oh, look. I'm going to get killed in the demo. He's a little tougher later. I think I got him. All right. But anyway, so that's in there. You can go over here and interact with this vendor, and he has some items in here. Now, if you want to buy something from him, like for example, this sample door key, you already have 300 gold pieces here. If you right click on it, you're going to buy that, and that's how these things are purchased. So if I buy this, for example, I can accept, or if I want to sell these to him, I can transfer, however many I want to for the value. And a lot of this stuff's right-click interaction. And then also, if you go in here, this is your equipment. I guess if you wanted to, unequip some of these things and make them available for sale, you have that right there as well. This little X button is up here in the background. That'll get you out of there. But I think, again, you can just hit your, well, maybe you have to hit that one in here. Be careful that you don't accidentally hit the L key, because that restarts your level, which is probably something that if you get this package, you want to go and remove that binding. And there's also a free sword that's over here. If you come over, you get your E key to pick that up, and you have these F and G. Or E is going to take whatever it is that's in the top menu. G will take all, and R just closes it. So you can also just hit the take all button with your mouse. Now what that had said in there, actually I don't know if I showed you when I was hovering over that key. That key says opens the door behind you. And you would have seen that in the vendor. The door behind me is the one that's up there. So that actually has a couple of things in it. So if you hold in the W key like you're walking forward, or actually if you hold down shift and the space bar with that W, it's going to give you the ability to climb. This is just straight out of your ALS version 4 package here. E is going to open up your door, your interactions. Again, I go to a trunk, go in here and interact with that. And now here's all the stuff that's in that storage inventory. So if I want to take any of that stuff, I can just right click on it and accept. And this is going to take me into some of my options for picking up some things here. So we'll do that. And then I can go later on here in a second, I can go to a crafting station. I can't craft anything right now, but if you had an anvil around you, if I go in here to the crafting menu, it shows you all the different things that you could make and how many items you have towards making those. So this is saying I have 3 and I need 3. This is saying I have 10 and I need 1. And there's other stuff in here like that you can't make because you don't have enough things. So I have 0 of the Azure gemstones and I need 1. So it's pretty handy to show you exactly what you can and can't make with whatever current ingredients you have in there. And if you want to make swords, you click on the sword button, and this, or weapons rather, this would give you the weapons inventory. Okay, and again, you can only craft near the forge. So now that I've picked up a couple of things, I go back to my inventory. I've got my sword here, my hunger steel slicer. Right click on that, it goes into my equipped slot for my hand. And whenever I go into my combat mode, that's going to be the first thing that gets pulled out there. Left mouse button is going to fire the attack for that. Okay. And you can see that I'm pretty damaged over there. So what I want to do is in my inventory, if I go to my consumables here, I'm going to take that bread and drag it down here. I think you can also right click it. It just goes to the first available slot. You see how I did that there? Right clicking on it just equips it into the first available slot that's empty. So if I go down here now, I can hit the V key and I'm going to eat some of that bread, which will start to regain my health points from when I got attacked by the spellcaster. I'll do a little bit of that. And I'm going to eat some more, get all my strength back. And then if I go and stand on this thing, it's got a counterbalance on it, so it's going to drop me down in here. And then I can go, if I hit the tab key while I'm in here, it's going to lock in on my enemy. Now if I sneak around, he's already sitting there. I was going to say, if I sneak around behind him, I could actually probably have done a backstab on him. And so I just killed him. And I get his loot bag. So if I hit E, now I can see that there's some inventory in there. He's got a door key, a Doombringer epic weapon, and some bread. I'm going to take all that. And F takes me in and out of combat mode. So if F, put my fist down. I'm going to go back into my inventory. The I key will get me back into my inventory. So if I right click on Doombringer, now it swaps that out. So now I have my epic weapon. And the epic weapon's just got like better speed and all that kind of stuff. Most of the stuff I'm sure is managed through data tables in the inventory. So when you go to create new items and things like that, there's a way to do that. So now that I have that key, and you can see I've got my ALS version 4 here is turned on, so nice leaning and the nice running animations, plus you saw the climb earlier. I'm going to come over here and open up this locked door. Now there's a checkpoint save in here. So if I walk over this, you'll see it staggers for just a second while it does a checkpoint. I bumped back and forth, so it's not quite that dramatic, but I was trying to slow down to show you. When you walk across there, it goes to your checkpoint save. To get to that, you hit the O key, which opens up the load game menu. My current quest is that I'm at the checkpoint at 8:35 p.m. And if I wanted to load that, I could load it and it would bring me right back in here. And you can also turn this autosave feature on if you want to try and capture your progress incrementally as you go through there. So I'm going to turn it on just say every 10 minutes. So if I close this, go back, I've got another enemy around here to kill. And this guy's got his back turned to me, so if I pull my weapon out by hitting F, hit the tab key to lock on him. I don't have to hit the tab key, but I am. But I can go up here and attack this guy from behind. If I was a little closer, I would have done a backstab. But now I've knocked him out, and I can go over here and hit the E key to pick up this loot. I'm going to get a couple more items for crafting. There's a trunk over here, and I can hit the E key to loot that. So I got the steel and silver bars. Take all these. Come over to the forge now and hit the E key to craft, and again it shows you things that you can make with what you have. I'm just going to make Knight's chest plate, and I hit the craft button so you can hear it forging that for you, and then I'll see if I can make, I can't make Knight's pants. That's alright. We'll live with what we got because I already killed the mage anyway. So I got that in there. Now I can hit the X key, or the X, not the X key, but the X up there in the top right hand corner. If I go back into I, to get back into my inventory, I can now right click on that and equip that breastplate. And here's the other thing with your ability skills. This is kind of, it's, I don't know if you ever played D&D, Dungeons and Dragons or whatever. What this reminds me of is like if you're preparing spells for a day. It's not necessarily ranking you up over time that you had these abilities and unlocks, although that's probably something that can be done in here. What it is if you had these ability points, like right now I currently have 9 ability points, probably because of my current experience points in the game or whatever, that probably ranks up as I go. But basically, you can go in here and pick what it is that you want to use, and then you can rank that up and then put it into a slot. So for example, if I want to do healing, I can rank that up to level 2, and now that it's green around this box, I can take it and drag it over into one of these quick slots. Well, remember that little half radial menu? It had 5 pie wedges in it, and these are the 5 pie wedges for that radial menu. So now I'm going to go and rank this one up, which is my Inferno at rank 3. Does 35 damage to anyone inside the explosion radius, and the explosion radius is increased by 100. So now I can drag that one once I have it all the way. And if I only bump this up, like, so let me reset this. If I only bump this up to rank 2, for example, see the green box? I could drag the level 2 version of that in here. I just can't drag the level 3 version in because it's not bumped up to 3 yet. If I bump it up to 3, then I can drag that in here. Reset that. So go, whoops. Hit the 1 to rank it, 2 to rank it, 3 to rank it. Now I have it max and I can drag it in here. And I'll do the same thing with this healing for rank 2 and put those in there. So now if I go back into my menu, I hit the T key to bring up my radial, and now you see that I have Inferno rank 3 and healing rank 2 in here. So if I let go of my thing there, you can see that my spell casting hand has that spell on it. If I held down T and went back to Inferno rank 3, you'd see that I have Inferno rank 3 on there. But I'll pick my healing spell, and now if I hold that down, it'll heal me up while I'm holding it down. So I get to cast that until I run out of mana. Alright, here's your healing, okay? So, again, if I hit T for my quick slot, I can go over here. Now I have my Inferno spell as one of the first things I'll do. I got my arrows. There's my sword. I like to carry my sword around. So I'm going to go over here, and again, if I'm pushing forward and I hit the shift and space bar, I'm going to climb up this, putting weight on this platform. These are all included in this package, by the way. So let me see if I can get around this guy here. He's pretty tough sometimes. Gotta get behind him here. Now he's just an archer, so he doesn't have much armor, or if any armor. And if I'm having a tough time fighting him, I can just hit that tab key to toggle my lock ability on him. Go over here and pick up some more stuff. I get back some more arrows and a bow from him. Come over here and climb up this wall. Now I've already killed the spellcaster that was up here. That was my fault. I turned too soon. And if I just push forward, climb up here. Now, these two guys can pin you down. See, they're already pretty aware. But what I'm going to do is just climb up on this wall, and I'm going to cheat them a little bit by being able to see them from up above. And if I hit the F key, now I can just cycle by rolling the mouse, and I'm going to be on my magic arrows. And I'll just blow this guy's up. Proximity weapon there. There you go. And then we can go over and get them, get their loot. So if you're curious about the system, you happen to be logging on. I didn't even turn on my chat view right this second because I'm only going to be on here for a couple seconds. But if you happen to see what I'm talking about here, this was a system I talked about the other night that has an integration of the DCS, the 3 DCS packages for archery, combat, and magery or magic. And then it also had, this is the guy I killed earlier. Then it also has the ALS version 4 in it. And the way that you can get this is if you show proof of purchase for all those packages. You go to the guy's Discord, he's got his thing in there and his announcements, tells you how to get it. You just email him a copy of your proofs of purchase, your invoices from Epic or whatever. Which sometimes for like the, in my particular case, the magic one was something that they gave away for free. And the only way I had an invoice for that, it just wasn't something they emailed to me at the time, but I had to go back through all my Epic invoices and find out where it was that I downloaded that for free. I took a screenshot and put that in there, and everything was good. Now here, you have a, like a little scroll. So if I hit E on this one and pick it up, this is a scroll of teleportation. So if I take that, you see it actually unlocks a new ability. And I can go into my abilities system. So I go to I again, back in my inventory, go to abilities, and you can see that I have an unlock here. Now, that one costs 3 points. If you see the hover, and I can't do it. But as I said earlier, it's kind of like D&D a little bit, where you're ranking up skills. Like, I want to prepare X number of spells for my ones that are available, and I want to rank them up to whatever level. So think of these as like maybe level 1, level 2, level 3 spells that you're preparing for the day. So now I would be able to activate that with my abilities and put that in my slot. And again, if I wanted to rank these up and put additional things in there, I could do that. And I still have 4 points left over. So now that I'm done with that, I can go back to my T key and I go pick my teleport. And I'm just showing you how that works. Now when I hold down my left mouse button, I get my teleport spell. And I can go and pick, a place that I want to teleport to. So I'll just, for example, teleport to here. Or maybe I come over and teleport to the top of this wall. You can see the green on there. So that'll teleport me around. Pretty cool. But he's got all the stuff integrated in here. And, hopefully it's something, if you already own the packages, you certainly want to take advantage of this. If you don't already own the packages, I explained all that in a video a couple days ago, how to get those or whatever. And like I said, at the time, they were currently on sale in the marketplace for this that special that was going on. I don't know if that's still happening or not. I guess we can go take a look at that. But if anybody has any questions about this package, the guy is pretty responsive in his Discord, and looks like it works pretty good to me. There's a couple things obviously you would want to change. Like for example, I think I'd want to shrink this menu a little bit and kind of push it out of the way so that you don't accidentally restart levels. And again, if you go back to the O key, there's your quests that are your checkpoints. So if I hit load there, for example, it would take me back to where I was at earlier when I did my checkpoint saves. That means that this guy's still alive down here. I'd have to go back through all that stuff because I'm loading up from a save checkpoint. All right. So let's get out of here real quick and hit F11 to get out of there. But again, you can see it's all integrated here. And that system's called the RPG inventory system, which is on the marketplace. And real quick, let me just see if dynamic combat system, because I mentioned this the other night, dynamic combat system, these are still on sale for the bundle for $70, and his RPG inventory system, I think is what it's called, RPG inventory and interaction system, that's on sale right now for, well, I'm logged in so I don't see the price, I can just download it, but let me see if I can sign out and do RPG inventory. Usually that's enough to pull it up. And this is the one from SHQ. So yeah, it's on sale right now for $31.49 still for, however long this sale runs. Another quick thing too, I had mentioned the other night that there's another freebie that's going right now. If you go back to my channel, back in here, there is a, oops, playlists, videos. Here we go. There's a thing in here for free offer for Magic Map Material and Asset Maker. So I mentioned this the other night, and I think that this guy, if you go to his channel, he's got all the links in here. And I think it's till 6/3. So if you guys happen to catch this and you want to go take advantage of that, with this one you just hit show more, you go down here, you're going to find project download link, which basically you register on his site with your email, and then he sends you a download link for it. So, go and check these things out. You just scroll back through my last couple of channel updates and videos and stuff, and hopefully these give you guys some things to help you work with your project. Again, if you already have them, just something you want to go check out. If you don't already have them and you don't feel like spending that money, obviously you don't have to spend the money or anything. You just build them yourself. And for me, it's a time saver, and I already own most of those packages. So when I found out about this, I went and bought the inventory system so I could get the downloads with the proof of purchase and everything. So you guys take care, and I will catch you in one of the next live streams. One of the videos I did the other night, let's see, was for the random zombie generator. And there was a question in there about if you have to have the Senti Apocalypse pack for this. And the answer to that is no, not at all. For those particular assets that I was showing, they were from the Polygon Apocalypse package. And the reason that I used those is because they're already built in kind of a modular way. But the thing that I was showing in the video is independent of any specific asset group. But you could use that same process for equipping armor or equipping weapons randomly onto a character, or spawning, random loot inside of an area with a zone box or something. And we'll get into more of that type of stuff as we go. I just try and throw these out there, little bits at a time. So hopefully these things help you guys. And if you have questions, just shoot me a message like you did in here. Pixel Thief is the one who shot me this update about the Epic Marketplace having the Senti packs on there. And he also said that they just released Cool Rig Mannequin. So I'll be checking that out to see if there's a way to do animations in the sequencer with that. And I'll take a look at it. All right. Guys, thanks again for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I will catch you soon. Bye-bye.